So a woman went to a doctor's office, and this doctor, was definitely a black person. Well, watch what this lady says about this black doctor.
I don't think we have appointments.
I'm sorry, I don't listen to black people.
We don't allow, one moment. Please come this way.
Okay.
We don't talk to people that way. Everyone, we don't accept that kind of talk here.
Oh, well, I need to be seen by my doctor.
Who's your doctor?
Bridget.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm glad that woman did escort her right out the door. Because if you don't listen to black people, fine, leave. Get out the door. Why are you even there? You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell y'all, those in this country who have those same thoughts and feelings like her, right? Those are you, the folks. The research is very clear. There are states in the United States that you can move to, cities you can move to, where the population is literally 90+% you. And in a city or state that's 90+% you would not have to worry about going to a black doctor or any other doctor outside of your community. Wouldn't the best solution be, okay, I don't want to run into any of those people that I don't really care for. So let me move to a city, let me move to a state where there's 90+% of my community. That, to me, that is the greatest solution for people like her that feel like they don't like to deal with black people. They have anti-black racism. Why subject yourself to all of that? Why? Why subject yourself to losing your job? Why? Why would you subject yourself to that? Instead of moving to a place where there's people that is part of your community, you don't have to deal with anybody else, right? You would think that would be the logical choice. But here's the kicker. A lot of them really don't want to live around each other like that. And I'm going to tell you why. Some years ago on my old job, I worked with a gentleman as part of the folks community. And I think we were having that same conversation about, because we would sometimes have a conversation about racism. And I told him, I said, well, wouldn't the solution be to, like I said, move to move to a city or a state that's 90+%, part of their community, or the ultimate solution would be going back to Europe. Wouldn't that be the ultimate solution? Because it's easier for you to move than to get rid of millions of people just so you could freely roam everywhere you don't see people, right? It would be so much easier for you to pack your bags and move around. Less money, less time, much quicker solution, right? He said to me, you know what? There are some people that's just straight racist. He said, I'm going to tell you as a white person. He said this. I don't really want to be in a city, state. It's just nothing but white people and there's nobody else. And I looked at him like, that's quite strange because I would never say I don't want to be in a city or state with just black people. I have no problem being around my people. Trust me, I'm cool with it. Love it. Right? When I go to the African continent, love it. Because I don't have to deal with all the stuff that come along with some of them folks and even other groups. You know what I'm saying? But he said that he didn't want to live around just his people because he was one of, I think, the second one that told me, he said, we don't like each other like that. He said, we really don't like each other. And he was saying that when we get around each other, we start attacking each other. And this is what I know. See, when we move out the mix, that's what happens. Because their culture, and you know how their culture is, look at their culture historically. Their culture has always brought what? A lot of violence. Go study the things that happen in Europe. Don't listen to me. Go study. And what keeps them from tearing each other apart a lot of times is us. They can focus that attention on us. That oppression and discrimination and violence on us. But when you get them little enclaves where it's just them, study the crimes that they do to each other. It is heinous. So we're at the mix. That's why I love delineation. I told black folks, when you delineate, you got to delineate from everybody, even the folks. Extreme delineation. Delineation needs to be the law of the land. with FBAs. Delineate from everybody. I'm not saying you can't be friends with someone of different communities as an individual friend, and that individual friend has showed you loyalty and all of that. Yes, be their friend, have they back, of course. But other groups, no. We don't have nobody's back but FBAs. Now, I will have the back of a down brother and sister in the diaspora all day long. I have their back as long as they down. But if I catch you shucking and jiving, oh no. No. But definitely FBAs. You got to have FBAs back. You understand? And that's a question I've always asked. I always wanted to know with the folks. It's easy for you to go move to Vermont, right? Which is a state that don't have a whole lot of black people. Maine, another state, 90+% them. And that's where that woman should move. And she won't have to worry about dealing with black folk. That's most of the simple solution. But the question I have is, maybe y'all can answer this question in the chat. And some of the folks in your community, why won't you move to cities and states that's 90+% your community? That way you won't have to deal with FBAs or any other groups.